Defined by the Alberta Teacher Association, professional development is the wide range of programs, activities, and services that teachers identify and undertake individually or collectively to further understand the nature of teaching and learning, enhance professional practice, and to contribute to the profession. The range of activities pertaining to professional development may vary in the nature from individual reflective practices to collective collaborative projects by groups or teachers. As demonstrated in the graph by Stewart 2014, there are multiple approaches to professional development and the depth at which the learning occurs in each of those approaches. For example, reading about a resource or a method is a very individual activity. The objective of it is to build awareness, and the core features of it are definitely based on content. If we look at training as the approach, that often refers to a single workshop where we try to build knowledge and focus on content. Further down under approach, we talk about professional development. Stewart refers to these as multiple session workshops where the objective is change practice. The features are content focus, active learning, and the duration is often linked to the teacher's beliefs and standards. His last column refers to professional learning. He talks about it being an on-the-job, in the community of practice activity where change theories and assumptions are the objectives, while learning in the workplace using student data, learning through experience, and learning through reflection are the core features.
Alberta Education's Policy 2.1.5, Teacher Growth, Supervision and Evaluation, discusses professional learning through the context of creating professional growth plans. This policy is also summarized in Section 1 of the ATA's review of provincial policy regulations. As stated on the ATA website, Policy 2.1.5 pertains to all certified staff, including school principals and central office professional staff, and states the following. Each teacher employed under a probationary or continuing contract is responsible for completing an annual professional growth plan. The plan is submitted for review or approval to the principal or group of teachers delegated by the principal. The plan may be a component of a long-term multi-year plan or may be fulfilled by mentoring a teacher or supervising a student teacher. Each teacher will meet annually with the principal or delegated group of teachers to review the plan and in consultation decide whether the teacher has completed an annual growth plan that reflects the following requirements: the teacher's self-assessment of learning needs, the teaching quality standard, and consideration of the educational plans of the school, system, and government.
Legislation regarding professional learning is included in Alberta's Teacher Quality Standard 2018 as Competency 2, Engaging in Career-Long Learning. The Leadership Quality Standard 2018 includes 3 competencies relevant to professional learning. Competency 2, Modeling Commitment to Professional Learning, Competency 4, Leading a Learning Community, and Competency 6, Providing Instructional Leadership.
Within the past few years, there has been a shift within the professional development sphere. This shift has been away from the professional development terminology and mindset towards a professional learning framework. In order to gain a stronger understanding between the two terms, we look at Sheriff 2018, who defines professional development as something that happens to teachers and is typically a one-time hit, a workshop, seminar, or lecture. Basically, it is a one-size-fits-all approach. In contrast, Sheriff 2018 then defines professional learning as an interactive, sustained, and customized to meet the individual teacher's needs, encouraging the teacher to take responsibility for their own learning. These definitions are then supported by Kuros 2015 as he describes the difference between professional development and professional learning as something that is done to me versus something I do for myself. Professional development is an event and learning is ongoing. According to Sheriff 2018, effective professional learning not only has the potential to improve both teaching and student outcomes, but it can also be effective in recruiting and retaining teachers. According to research, high quality professional learning can fall underneath 8 simple bullets. 1, it is tied to specific content and standards. 2, it incorporates active learning. 3, is job embedded. 4, is collaborative. 5. Provides models. 6. Includes coaching. 7 is sustained and continuous, and 8 is aligned with school goals, standards, and assessments, and other professional learning activities.
As teachers, we recognize the need for inquiry with our students. We as teachers also take part in an inquiry process regularly as we reflect upon our own practices and, as Policy 2.1.5 states, our learning needs. As leaders, our teachers can be considered our students, for we are responsible for helping them to grow and learn. Timperley, 2011, has said that one must know their class and its diversity in order to be successful in promoting its learning. In Timperley's book, Realizing the Power of Professional Learning, 2011, she shares a cycle of inquiry and knowledge building that can be used to help marry professional learning and student success, and guide one through the process of inquiry-based learning. First, it is important to note that this cycle must be iterative and consist of frequent reflection. To begin, teachers must consider what their students need to know to meet goals, including the curriculum. Next, they move on to determine what knowledge and skills they themselves need in order to effectively address their students' needs. Teachers then engage in focused professional learning in this area. Taking what they've learned back into the classroom then allows them to inquire as to the impact that these practices had on student success. The effectiveness of their changed actions is evaluated, and the cycle begins again. One way that leaders can support their teachers through this cycle and in their professional learning is through generative dialogue. Generative dialogue is a conversation among people that truly relies upon listening, understanding, curiosity, and collaboration. Adams and Mombercat list the goals of generative dialogue as a means to cause reflection, encourage conscious competence, promote intentful action, and inspire further professional learning. In our school district, administrators have been learning about generative dialogue and inquiry-based growth plans over the course of the past 2 years. Staff are taking part in generative dialogue. Through these conversations, leaders provide guidance and feedback to their staff and also dig deep into what upcoming possibilities may be. It has also been voiced that teachers now feel their PL has given them autonomy to guide their own learning and has made professional learning more meaningful to their classroom context.
Professional learning communities, or PLCs, refer to groups of professionals who are committed to working together to learn about their practice for the purpose of improving student learning. Timperley, 2011. Dufour, 2004, suggests that to form a PLC, teachers need to focus on learning rather than teaching, work collaboratively, and hold oneself accountable for continued student improvement. Fullen, 2005, recognizes professional learning communities as an effective process for capacity building. Such capacity building increases the collective efficacy of the school and the district. This is significant as school and district levels depend upon and reinforce the work of one another. Vesio, Ross, and Adams, 2008, suggests that PLCs are founded on the premise that student learning will be improved by improving teacher practice. They identified 5 essential characteristics of PLCs: shared values and norms, collective responsibility for student learning, reflective professional inquiry, eliminating isolated teaching practice by more visible and transparent practice, and focusing on collaboration. The extensive study of Bolam et al., 2005, identified additional valuable characteristics: openness in networks and partnerships, inclusive membership, as well as mutual trust, respect, and support. PLCs honor the knowledge and experience of teachers, as well as the knowledge and theory developed by researchers. Vesio, Ross, and Adams, 2008.
As schools and districts continue to seek ways to engage teachers in authentic, valuable learning experiences, Matson 2014 provides leaders tips to assure professional learning can continue within your building. Number 1, it is to give teachers a voice in their professional learning. Number 2, you need to honor the expertise within your building. Look within in order to fill those voids. Number 3, encourage inquiry as a stance. Ask teachers or teacher teams to develop the what if question during a staff meeting. Number 4 is to give teachers the tools for professional discussion. Many teachers, especially those who have never been part of a PLC, are used to working in isolation. We need to encourage teachers to find their critical friends group and work together in a collaborative learning process. Number 5, seek ways to make mandated training relevant. Whether that training is mandated by the district or from the school is rarely 100% relevant for all staff members. And number 6, model professional learning. Network within other leaders, share your learning experiences with your staff, and don't pretend to have all the answers. Ask questions, investigate, reflect. In the short, continue to grow with your own knowledge and skills the same way you expect your staff and students to.